Ah, she weeps bitterly, the realization a crushing weight on her chest. "He used me," she whispers, the words catching in her throat like jagged glass. Her shoulders shake, not from the cold of the air-conditioned room, but from the chilling truth that has finally settled over her. Each tear that traces a path down her cheek feels like it's washing away a memory she once held dear, leaving behind the ugly stain of a lie. The beautifully framed picture on her bedside table, once a source of warmth, now mocks her with its perfect, smiling deceit. How could she have been so blind? How could the man who promised her the world be the same one who took hers and shattered it? Just 6 months ago, that picture was their reality. Amara is 26, a vibrant soul with skin the color of rich cocoa and eyes that hold the gentle warmth of the Lagos sun. She is not naive, just hopeful. A gifted graphic designer, she has spent the last 3 years pouring her heart into building a small but respected freelance business from her modest apartment in Surulere. Amara finds comfort and beauty in structure, in the careful alignment of pixels and colors. She believes in hard work, in loyalty, and in the quiet, steady strength of building a life brick by brick. Her dream is simple: to open a small, bright design studio, a creative hub for other young talents. David, at 28, is the storm to her calm. He is tall, with a lean, hungry look that some mistake for simple passion. His words are smoother than the palm oil he jokes his family once sold back in the village. He carries the weight of 1,000 what-ifs from a background of struggle, and it fuels a desperate, burning ambition that lights up his entire being. He dreams of skyscrapers and stock tickers, of a life so far removed from the dust of his past that no one can ever look down on him again. When he met Amara, he saw her stability not as a destination, but as a launch pad. The air in their small apartment is thick with the smell of rain and David's frustration. He paces the worn rug, a caged lion in a space too small for his colossal dreams. "He's gone, Amara." "Pulled out," David says, his voice a low growl. He slams a hand on the dining table, rattling the 2 plates from their dinner of jollof rice. "The investor," he said, "the tech startup is too high risk." Can you believe it? Too high risk. In Lagos, this city is built on risk. Amara looks up from her laptop, her own design work forgotten. She sees the frantic energy in his eyes, the way his knuckles are white. This is his 3rd major setback in a year. Each time the fall seems to hit him harder. "I'm sorry, David." "Truly," she says softly, her voice a balm. "We'll find another way." There's always another way. He stops pacing and turns to her, his expression shifting from anger to a calculated, pleading sorrow. He crouches before her, taking her hands in his. His hands are cold. "There is no other way, Amara. Not a quick one. This was it. Our shot," he says, his thumb tracing circles on her skin. He looks at her, then at her laptop, then back at her. A thought ignites behind his eyes. "Amara," he begins, his voice dropping to an intimate whisper, the one he uses when he wants to sell her a dream. "Your savings." "The money for the design studio." She stiffens. A cold dread, sharp and unwelcome, prickles at her neck. "David, no. That's for the studio. For my future. For our future." "Exactly," he exclaims, his grip tightening. "This is our future." "Don't you see? Your studio is a small dream, my love. A safe one. What I'm building, it's a legacy. It's for us, For our children. Give me the money. Let me use your business account to secure the final patent. It looks better, more established. It's not a loan. It's an investment. In us. She looks into his eyes, searching for the man she fell in love with, the one who admired her ambition. Instead, she sees the frantic, pleading boy who is terrified of failure. The conflict tears through her. This money was her security, the culmination of years of sleepless nights and difficult clients. But the man she loves is drowning right in front of her. Okay, David, she finally breathes out, the words feeling heavier than she expects. For us. Now, back in the present, the tears stop. A cold, hard clarity replaces them. The official letter from the bank lies crumpled in her fist. It speaks of accounts she never opened, of business loans in her name, of a debt so staggering it steals the air from her lungs. This wasn't a failed investment in a dream. This was a demolition. And David is gone. The crumpled letter from the bank feels like a living, venomous thing in her hand. For a full 10 minutes, Amara doesn't move. The world outside her window continues its relentless Lagos rhythm. The distant honk of an Okada, the faint call of a street vendor. But inside her apartment, a terrifying silence reigns. The shock has frozen her tears, leaving behind a brittle, icy calm. Action is required. She needs to see it for herself, to understand the full scope of the devastation. With trembling fingers, she opens her laptop, the familiar glow of the screen feeling alien. She navigates to her business banking portal, the one she so carefully managed. Her password, a combination of her mother's birthday and her favorite flower, is rejected. Incorrect password. She tries again, slowly, deliberately. Incorrect password. A cold sweat beads on her forehead. She clicks forgot password, her heart hammering against her ribs. The system prompts her to enter the email address associated with the account. She types in her own. A red error message appears. Email not found. Panic. You promised. You promised it was for US. The messages deliver. A single blue tick appears beside each one. He's reading them. He is actively watching her fall apart from a distance. A moment later, his profile picture vanishes, replaced by the gray, anonymous default icon. You can no longer send messages to this contact. He has blocked her. The finality of it hits her like a physical blow. he isn't just gone. He has erased her. As if on cue, her phone rings again. This time, the caller ID displays Mr. Adebayo, Kobo Logistics, one of her biggest clients. The final payment for their rebranding project is due today, and he's expecting the complete design package. She lets it ring, the sound drilling into her skull. She can't answer. What would she say? How can she function? But the ringing is persistent. Her reputation, the only thing she has left, is on the line. Taking a deep, shaky breath, she answers, forcing a professionalism into her voice that feels like a lie. "Good morning, Mr. Adebayo."
"Amara. Good morning."
His voice booms, cheerful and oblivious.
"Just calling to check in."
We're all very excited to see the final files. Are we still on track for delivery this afternoon? Each word is a hammer blow. The final files are saved on a cloud service, the subscription for which is linked to her business account, an account she can no longer access. The walls of the room feel like they are closing in, squeezing the very air from her lungs. "Yes, of course, sir," she manages to say, her voice a strained whisper. "Everything is on track. I'll have them in your inbox shortly." She hangs up the phone and stares blankly at her laptop screen. She is trapped. The empire of lies he built was on her foundation, and now it has all come crashing down, burying her beneath the rubble. The promise to Mr. Adebayo hangs in the air, a phantom of her former, capable self. "Shortly," she had said. The word mocks her. Her first instinct is a frantic, desperate attempt to reclaim what is hers. She bypasses the business portal and goes directly to the website for her cloud storage service. She types in her login details, praying that David, in his meticulous demolition, overlooked this one small corner of her life. Subscription inactive. Please update your payment method. The message is a death sentence. The account is still hers, but it's held hostage. A cruel irony. She has the key, but the lock requires a payment she can no longer make. Every asset she has, every file, every proof of her talent and hard work is trapped behind a paywall built with her own stolen money. For a moment, she considers calling a friend, begging to use their card for the small subscription fee. But the shame is a physical barrier, hot and suffocating. Explaining why she needs the money is a confession she isn't ready to make. There's only one other option: the bank. She has to face the source of the problem. Half an hour later, Amara is standing in the long, snaking queue of a bank branch in Ikeja. The icy blast of the air conditioning does little to cool the fire of anxiety in her gut. The room is a hum of quiet desperation, people waiting, hoping, arguing in hushed tones. It feels like the whole world has come here with a problem. When her turn finally comes, she's led to a small glass cubicle to meet a branch manager, a man in a crisp white shirt whose nameplate reads Mr. Lawal. He listens to her initial plea that she's been locked out of her business account with a practiced, patient expression. He taps at his keyboard, his brow furrowing slightly.
"Miss Amara Okoro of Amara Designs, correct?"
He asks, not looking up. "Yes, that's me," she says, a sliver of hope piercing through her dread. He turns the monitor towards her. The screen is filled with figures and dates that make her head spin. "Ma'am, this account is not just locked. It's overdrawn by a significant amount, and there have been several large transactions in the last few weeks. A wire transfer for a patent application, equipment purchases." Amara shakes her head, bewildered. "Equipment? I haven't purchased any equipment." Mr. Lawal's expression hardens with a hint of suspicion. He clicks another window open.
According to our records, you also co-signed on a business expansion loan 2 months ago. The application was approved based on your company's excellent credit history and projected earnings. He points to a line at the bottom of a digital form. A signature. Her signature. Or a masterful, terrifying forgery of it. The floor seems to drop out from under her. This wasn't a single desperate act of theft. This was a calculated long-term plan. David hadn't just used her money. He had used her. Her name, her reputation, the business she painstakingly built from nothing. He had worn her identity like a suit to walk into banks and secure funding for a life she was never meant to be a part of. The investor pulling out wasn't the catalyst for the crime. It was just the trigger for his escape. "That's not my signature," she whispers, the words barely audible. Mr. Lawal leans back, his face becoming an impassive mask. Miss Okoro, the signatures match the ones we have on file. The IP addresses for the transfers trace back to your registered business address. As far as the bank is concerned, these transactions are all legitimate. The first loan repayment is due next week.
Amara walks out of the bank in a daze. The cacophony of the Acacia Street, the yelling bus conductors, the blaring horns, is a dull roar in the background of the screaming in her own mind. She is no longer just a victim of a cruel heartbreak. She is an accomplice in her own ruin, a fraudster by proxy. He didn't just take her future. He poisoned her past and chained her to a debt that would take a lifetime to repay. A month has passed. The vibrant colors of Amara's apartment have been bleached away, replaced by the drab brown of cardboard boxes. The walls, stripped of her art and photos, show ghostly outlines where a life used to be. The air smells of lemon cleaner and finality. She lost the apartment. After a humiliating and tearful confession to her landlord, she was given 2 weeks to vacate. The conversation with Mr. Adebayo was even worse, a mixture of pity and professional disappointment that severed their relationship and sent ripples of her unreliability through the small design community she had worked so hard to impress. She sits on the floor, her laptop balanced on a box labeled kitchen. She's not designing. She's scrolling through listings for a single room to let in a shared flat in a distant, cheaper part of the city. Each click is an admission of defeat. The dream of a bright, open studio has been replaced by the stark reality of a shared bathroom and a landlord who demands 6 months' rent up front. It is then, in the quiet hum of her failing laptop, that a notification pops up. A social media platform she rarely uses. LinkedIn. The algorithm, in its infinite, cruel wisdom, suggests a connection. People you may know. And there he is. David. His profile picture is new, a crisp, professional headshot. He's wearing a tailored suit, smiling a brilliant, confident smile that doesn't quite reach his eyes. Below his name, a new title, bold and triumphant. Founder and CEO at Apex Innovations. A cold, hollow feeling spreads through Amara's chest. Apex Innovations. It's real. The patents, the equipment, the loan. It was all real. He had a legitimate plan. He just needed a foundation to build it on, and he decided she was it. He hadn't just stolen from her, he had sacrificed her. She opens their old WhatsApp chat, a graveyard of her unanswered pleas. His number is unblocked now, a sign of his supreme confidence that she is no longer a threat. She can see his new profile picture there too. She stares at the smiling man on her screen, a complete stranger who knows every one of her secrets. All the anger, the weeping, the panic of the past month coalesces into a single moment of profound, soul-crushing clarity. Her fingers, steady now for the first time in weeks, begin to type. It is not a message of rage, nor is it a plea for justice. It is an eulogy. David, I saw your new company, Apex Innovations. It looks like you finally got the legacy you wanted. I remember all those nights you spoke about it, the fire in your eyes. I believed in that fire. I believed in you. But I was wrong. You didn't build a company. You built a monument on a grave. My grave. You dug up my dreams, my reputation, and my trust, and you used them as bricks for your foundation. I hope the view from the top is beautiful. But I want you to know, when you stand in your high-rise office and look down on the city, you will never be as high as you were when you were a good man with an honest dream. You didn't just betray me. You betrayed the person you could have been. She presses send. There is no agonizing wait for a reply. She knows one will not come, and if it did, it would only be another lie. With a quiet finality, she holds her finger on his contact. A menu appears. Block. Delete chat. Delete number. She presses each one, erasing the last digital ghost of him from her life. Closing the laptop, she looks around the empty room. The debt is still hers. The shame is still hers. The long, brutal climb back to zero is still hers to make. But in that final, quiet act of letting go, she reclaims the only thing he couldn't steal, the truth of what he had done. He saw her as a ladder, a means to an end, and the moral, the devastating lesson she was forced to learn, settled in her heart like a stone. A ladder, once climbed, is always left behind.